Episode 2 of Season 4 of The Bear, titled Soubise. In this episode, really not much happens, and I remember watching it for the first time, not really enjoying it, just kind of want to power through to the next episode. But upon a rewatch and having the knowledge of what happens later and what this ultimately set up, I do have a newfound appreciation for this episode. We're just kind of going from conversation to conversation throughout. We start off with one with Sid and Marcus, basically in which Marcus's station is dirty, and they're just talking about how they need to clean it. There's a really good conversation here with Richie and Carmy, in which Carmy is moping, and Richie asks him, is this performative, or do you want me to ask you if you're okay? That's a really good scene with the two of them. The funniest scene in the episode is Pete and Sugar, in which Pete casually mentions that he saw Francie Fack at the gym. Obviously, that's going to be something that pays off later in the season. But Abby Elliott's performance in this scene is really great because Sugar is such an even-keeled character until Francie Fack gets mentioned, and that she just always crashes out beyond belief. We still don't know what their falling out was over, but I really love this character and her performance in this scene. Ibrahim and Carmy have a really great conversation in which Ibrahim is talking about how he doesn't know what his purpose is. And this ultimately leads to him getting the number of Albert Schnurr, the Carl Reiner character we're going to see later, which is a great payoff at the end of the season. And Gary starts learning about the wines. We see him with the owner of the other restaurant, and this is something that's going to pay off later. It was kind of a nothing scene, not having the context of what happens later, but I really enjoyed the scene upon knowing what happens later. And there's another really good scene here with Jessica and Tina, in which Tina is having trouble timing her pasta orders correctly. This is probably very inside baseball with culinary stuff, but you don't need to be an expert chef, and this show does this a lot. You just see the facial expressions on the characters, and you know that this stuff is important even if you don't specifically know what it actually means. And I'm not a chef, I'm not a food expert or a chef, but sometimes you just, the performance in the show are so good that you know some of the stuff is important even if you probably couldn't recite what you just saw. I like this episode a lot more than I did the second time watching it. I'm going to give this a 7.7 out of 10, and I'm looking forward to the rest of season 4.